Hello. It's Sunday afternoon, and I'm on the road. And I thought maybe it's a good chance to talk about what's happening in the political arena of United States and the world. So I chose my favorite subject, that is presidents of United States for 3 terms. And of course everybody would know whom I'm talking about. Talking about Barack Hussein Obama. Barack Hussein Obama deceived American people by lying to them who he was, because he never was vetted really, even though there were a lot of warning about his past and his not being qualified to be United States president. But as a sophisticated teleprinter reader, he could do a great speech in a convention, I believe, of 204, Democratic Convention, as a speak leader or whatever they call it, and he captured the heart of American. Barack Hussein Obama never declared his religion and never declared about his political view as a jihadist. So he basically cheated United States electoral vote by not revealing his origin and his political view. Barack Hussein Obama succeeded basically to accomplish his promise at the inauguration day, when he declared that he's going to transfer United States of America totally. A total transformation of a nation, meaning that you have to cancel the culture to impose your own culture. That's what Islam did during the history of 1400 years. That's why dictatorship like Iran, theocracy of Iran, exists, because of the same ideology of Democratic Party in the United States of America today. Barack Hussein Obama not only deceived America, he deceived the whole world. Because upon his election, his first trip was to one of the biggest and most powerful Arab nation of the world, Egypt. At the time, Mubarak was president of Egypt. And at the time, Mubarak actually was the vice president of Anwar Sadat, that was killed by al-Zawahiri, that was killed by American just recently in Afghanistan. So in his speech on University of Al-Azhar in Cairo, Barack Hussein Obama started the Arab Spring Revolution, as we called, that it became the biggest winter of the Arab world. On Arab Spring in Egypt, there were hundreds, if not thousands, of people that got killed And the same tactic that the Democrats using here with the demonstration, we saw it on George Floyd funeral. That was basically, in my opinion, a setup. So Barack Hussein Obama created war for among the Egyptians. Meaning he divided, he used the same tactic that the Democrat using in the United States today, dividing American people. By dividing people, you can conquer them. Therefore, he created a war, and millions of people, all of a sudden, they were not happy with their wages, and they were not happy with thousands of years of their own tradition, and came to the street demonstrating against their president, meaning Barack Hussein Obama started changing the Mubarak regime, canceling their culture by creating a war. Barack Hussein Obama also started the war in Syria. Syria was the biggest victim of Barack Hussein Obama foreign policy, as Obama and McCain, the so-called maverick, they created ISIS. ISIS was the total production of United States of America, shall say Hollywood. If anyone remember the horrific pictures and movies of ISIS that Obama called them ISIL, meaning he didn't want to take responsibility for its creation, and kind of hinting that ISIS was an Israeli organization. I mean, Barack Hussein Obama lied to everybody. And all that to protect his own jihadist ideology of being a Shia and a study in madrasa in Indonesia. Thing that many Americans to this day do not know and not aware of it. So it hit me today when I saw Barack Hussein Obama, first black president of the United States that was elected legitimately and served 8 years, even though the first term was totally rejected, his policies were rejected, suddenly was elected for a second term. Against whom? Against a flawed Republican candidate. What was his name? The moron Mormon. And it was known, even with the fact that at that particular time, on the second election of Barack Hussein Obama, we were aware of the attack on Benghazi that was covered up totally from American people by the media. And by the same FBI that could not go to Benghazi 40 days after the attack. So every smart American or whoever followed all the stuff that happened during the presidency of Barack Hussein Obama would know that this guy was a leftist, and all his purpose was destruction of the United States. This is foreign for many Americans to know that the Syrian war caused million people to die and 7 or 8 million people to become refugees in Europe, and a lot of them in the United States. So now, from the war that he created in Middle East, It brought refugees from Somalia, from Sudan, and potential voters for a Democratic Party. And as a result, we got Rashida Tlaib, a terrorist, Palestinian terrorist, or Ilhan Omar, a Somalian terrorist. Because basically Barack Hussein Obama was supported, and still is. But the guy that was part of revolution on 60s, Air or Bear, I don't remember his name. He is a professor in one of the universities in the United States of America. Yeah, you can bomb the government of the United States, but as long you're a Democrat, you'll be awarded to a nice job as a professor and a leader in a university with millions of dollars salaries. That's what's happening in the United States of America. Yet, this man has the audacity to go to Georgia and give a speech against the black Republican candidate that is very popular with the voters, Hershel Walker, a great sportsman that battling a priest, so-called priest, that believes what Jeremiah Wright believes. That's very interesting. Vornock, whatever his name is, that currently is a senator, because of the failure of Donald Trump to keep the Senate in Republican hand on the last election. So we are now preached by Barack Hussein Obama, the biggest traitor to the United States of America, an American hater and a jihadist, an Islamic jihadist that caused so much trouble during 3 terms of his presidency. When I'm saying 3 terms, Joe Biden is a paper, tiger paper, that is a facade for a fraudulent regime, the 3rd term of Barack Hussein Obama. And I'm willing to challenge anybody that does not believe on that and believe that Barack Hussein Obama basically is a legitimate president, legitimate American born, and he was born in Hawaii, and is not gay, and Michelle Obama is not a man. So, I am an Orthodox mega man that believe in God. I believe that God's revenge comes now through this week, basically. If you look at it, in the Bible we read the portion of Noah. Noah came 1,000 years after creation of Adam, when God saw lots of sins on earth and he didn't like what's happening. So God decided to get rid of that generation. That were 10 generations. That's 1,000 years. After 1,000 years, God decided He's going to destroy the land and get rid of all the people. What was the biggest sin of the people that God did not like? That was belonged to sexual matters, that people did not have a limitation between whom they were sleeping with. People, humans slept with animals, animals slept with other animals, And therefore God knew the result is going to be disaster. So that's a basic scene of the people on that time. So God decided to get rid of humanity as He created it. He created Adam with such a gesture, such a celebration. And the followers of Adam, after 1,000 years, they became so corrupt that God had to diminish them. Meaning, the end of every corrupt regime is the fall of that regime. Like Roman as an empire, Iranian or Ottomanian as empires, Russian as an empire, they all fall because of their failure to remain righteous toward the land, toward the people. So Barack Hussein Obama basically created a situation in the last 16 years that the face of the world has changed. We are now in a cold war with the Russian, something that nobody likes, but we pay for it. We can't drive as before because gas prices is $7 a gallon. And that's what Barack Hussein Obama was saying originally, that if his policies were going through, the energy prices would skyrocket. I'm 75 years old, and until a year ago, I was paying $72 for my electricity, as I don't use so much electricity. My latest bill is $177. Why it went up $100, I do not know. Basically, I know. Because Joe Biden activated Barack Hussein Obama's dream by shutting down with executive order. That was his first one. The XL pipeline, source of the energy for the United States of America. So a gallon of gas at that time was $2.20. And America was independent, energy-wise. Today, we back in Kuwait, or Qatar, or Saudis, or Venezuelan, and definitely Iran to give us more oil for our consumption. After we already finished with our reserve. I mean, what a stupid idea to get rid of your reserve oil because of a hate of Donald Trump, and a hate that was created by the meeting of Barack Hussein Obama, Joe Biden, leader of CIA, FBI, and all other, and DOJ, as a meeting 2 weeks before the election of 2016 to go after Donald Trump and diminish him politically. Well, they tried. They tried for 6 years. They maybe succeeded to let Donald Trump to be out of a ring, but I don't think they did, because Donald Trump will come back with a huge revenge on 2024, and now he's preparing the ground for that political battle. So Barack Hussein Obama, the traitor, the American hater, can go and talk against Hershel Walker, a man, sportman, a Christian that maybe 25 years ago he took his girlfriend to abortion, because abortion is the creation of the party that Barack Hussein Obama belonged to. So there's a lot of confusion here in the United States of America, and all because of deception of Barack Hussein Obama. But Barack Hussein Obama cannot deceive God. God will come back to America that today exists only because few righteous people that still believe in him and still follow his commands. And those minority today are under tremendous attack that calls anti-Semitism by left. Left are godless, and God never left United States of America, because we have a lot of righteous and good people in this country that donate their life for others. And among them is me. Yes, I'm ultra-mega. And I believe that Donald Trump would come back and become the president of the United States and return the glory back, the freedom back to our nation. I challenge Mr. Obama to come and have a debate with me in any fashion that he likes. My name is Helik Maradi, and I approve this message.